In my last video, we went over why Blender's primitives take the cake except for the cube, torus, and the cylinder just making the cut with a few tweaks of course. If you haven't watched it already, be sure to check it out after this video as it is relevant to this topic. Today we'll discover why the cube is our best friend when it comes to sub-D modeling. When we are dealing with subdivision surfaces, they tend to behave more predictably with quads. Triangles and n-gons have their place of course, however, that is a discussion for another video. So if we take a look at the topology of the cube, it has 6 sides, all of which are quads. This makes it ideal and extremely versatile to manipulate to create a lot of basic and compound volumes. Let me demonstrate this with a few examples. Alright, so we're going to start off with this cube, and what we're going to do is convert this cube into a pyramid with subdivision friendly topology. So I'll just tab into edit mode, and I'm going to merge the verts we have at the top at the center like so. And once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and add a bevel modifier to this and set the amount to about 0.05 and give it a subdivision surface modifier as well, and I'll give it about 1 level of subdivision. And I'm going to then go ahead and apply all of this like so. Now you'll notice that the edges are sort of bowing outward like so, and even the base is kind of bowing outward, and we need to fix all these problems. And we can do this by flattening the faces out. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's just tab back into edit mode, select these faces, and then just use our loop tools to flatten it out. Now we'll have to ensure that the apex is sitting properly in the middle. We'll also have to fix the faces at the bottom here. And you'll kind of see that even the edges here are bowing still, so we'll have to straighten all that out. So once we've gone ahead and done that, you'll notice that we have this sort of shading issue, and that's because we need to fix the edge here as well. So this again can be fixed by simply flattening out the faces. And now you can see we don't have that shading issue. Let's just make sure that the apex is sitting in the middle properly. And there we go, we have a pyramid with subdivision friendly topology. We can also add our control loops to it, like so. And we can throw a subdivision surface modifier over this, and you can see that it shades quite well. Alright, so let's now move on to a compound shape. So I'm going to create a cube. I'll select the bottom face here, and I'll extrude it in the z-axis by about 1. In the negative direction, that is. And I'll just go ahead and expand that selection, and I'll treat this as a separate object. So once I've gone ahead and done that, I will add a loop here and a loop here, and I'll select the face at the top and scale it down like so. Now, as you can guess, I'm trying to create a cone at the top, so I'll go ahead now, select the edges at the bottom, like this, and using our loop tools, I'll just go ahead and circularize the vertices at the bottom. So now I'll select this one, add 1 level of subdivision, and I'll apply it. Let's go ahead and select the edge that we have here, and we'll circularize it. So once I've done that, I'll just head on over to our top view, and I'll scale the entire object, that is, to fit with a cone that we created from the cube. So once I've gone ahead and done that, I'll also fix the edge that we have here. Just say circle, and let's now move this up. So once I've gone ahead and done that, I'll select both of them, merge them together into one object, and select the vertices that we have here. And I'll just say merge by distance. Let's just go ahead and increase that threshold. So it's gone ahead and fixed all that together. And now if we subdivide this, we end up with this teardrop shape. So let's throw the shiny matte cap over it. And there we have it. So this can be further manipulated to create the ideal shape. Now that I've demonstrated how you can achieve basic and compound volumes with good topology using the cube, I'm going to turn the dial all the way up and show you what you can achieve. This character bust, believe it or not, started off as a cube. There was zero sculpting involved, it was completely polymodeled. I think by now it's pretty evident why the cube is so darn useful. You'll find yourself using it a whole lot when sub-D modeling. So in conclusion, the very nature of the cube lends itself very well to sub-D modeling. Now, if you want to be able to create extremely complex shapes and surface forms, having a good understanding of topology is essential. I've got a whole playlist full of videos that you can learn from. Oh, and also, I'll be sharing the creation process of this sci-fi character bust in the near future. It will be available on my Gumroad page, so keep an eye out for that. And with that, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you in the next one.